Let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, that worked instantly. I'm hype.
Good.
I'm very hype.
Alexa, shut up.
All right.
Apparently she listens to that.
Apparently, which is good to know. Welcome back.
Welcome back. This is Leanne.
It's Kristen.
And this week is going to be early 2000s TV show excitement because we've been rewatching a lot. I just rewatched the first 2 seasons of Laguna Beach the last couple days. And then I just started last night The Hills over again because season 2 of Laguna falls into The Hills season 1. And it also stopped me from buying Laguna season 3 because that season's not worth anything.
No.
And sure, not $20 that Amazon's trying to charge me.
Not at all. Yeah, I've been in the 2000s TV show kick as well. I restarted One Tree Hill.
Woo!
Very excited about it. I remember how much I hate Dan Scott. Always have to say that when I mention the show to anyone.
Dan Scott is a piece of shit.
Literally. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this because I started thinking about other shows when I was like brainstorming for this episode.
Yeah.
And I like want to talk about them. I'm excited because I feel
God,
like
I'm so excited.
This one show doesn't get enough hype. It wasn't good, but it doesn't get enough hype still.
Oh my God, am I going to hype it up with you?
I hope you will.
Okay, what is it? I don't want to wait.
Okay, so I was thinking about Summerland.
Okay. I enjoyed it when I would remember to watch it.
Yeah.
But then I also wasn't too into that kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Summerland. I couldn't even tell you how long that show went on.
So it was only 1 season, I think. Because it was
really
not good. Yeah.
I thought it was at least 2.
No, let me tell you that I cannot even tell you the plot of this show. I have no idea what it's about. Don't remember at all. But all I remember is Jesse McCartney and Zac Efron and Aunt Becky from Full House.
No, it was 2 seasons.
Oh, okay. Well, then I must not have watched the second season because I didn't care, obviously.
Yeah, must not.
No, but I wanted to talk about this because I was hoping you could tell me what happened in the show.
No, I could not at all.
No idea.
No, because I remember I tuned into it because I was like, oh, sweet, Jesse McCartney.
Yeah.
And then I went, who's that gap-toothed kid?
Dude, so when I used to watch it, I don't even know how old I was when it came out.
It was, wait, what year were you born?
95.
It came out in 2004.
Okay, so when I was young, obviously, when it came out, and I couldn't watch certain scenes that happened in it, and I remember watching it in the living room with my mom and sister, and then, like, making me cover my eyes over, like, one scene. It was nothing. The scene was nothing. I don't know. It was, like, a makeout sesh that, like, you knew was going into a sexual scene, but it wasn't a sexual scene because it was, like, a PG-13
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the show was, like, on WB.
Yeah, it had no reason for me to not watch it.
Before, like, because it was on WB.
Yeah, WB.
But I feel like Gossip Girl was, like, the first scandalous show on WB.
Yeah, so Gossip Girl, I didn't watch a lot of it.
Oh,
I watched a little bit of it.
I think like, when it came out, I watched, like, the first 2 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe 3. I can't remember. And then I think I even have the DVDs for season 1. And then, I don't think I finished the season until, like, Netflix became a big thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. I didn't have the attention span in the early 2000s to sit down and, like, fully watch a show and, like, comprehend what was going on. But Summerland, again, since I don't know anything that happened in the show, all I remember is watching strictly for Jesse because I was a big Dream Street girl. Mm-hmm. I was a big Jesse girl. Zac Efron. I was never a Zac Efron girl, like, ever in my life, but
I was.
When I saw him in High School Musical after, I was like, oh my God, that's the guy from Summerland. Why does he look so much better than he did
Because he
in the
filled
early
in his gap.
2000s. Yeah, he and the hair was a big thing too. I mean, the hair was a little bit longer in Summerland than it was in High School Musical.
No.
Yeah, I think it was
Hold
a
on.
little
I'm
bit.
comparing right now. So keep
I
talking.
I just I don't know, something besides the gap was just not it for me when it came to Zac Efron. I'm still not a Zac Efron fan. I
Oh,
know your
no.
dad would
Like
hate
Zac
me.
Efron, his hair in High School Musical was close to the same, like in the first one, close to the same length. If not, maybe even a little bit longer.
Oh. I don't know. It was something about his hair. Something about his hair throughout his entire career up until when he cut it just really messed with my head for some reason, and I couldn't get into him.
Well, probably because it was like that Justin Bieber-esque, but like Zach
True.
did it before Justin Bieber.
True.
It just became like the Bieber hair.
Yeah. And I'm not a Bieber fan, so that could be it. I don't know. But that show, I wanted to bring it up.
I'm literally just staring at Zac Efron pictures now.
I want to like search and see if there's somewhere I can stream this show so I can know.
Give me
I
a
feel
second.
like
do that for you right now.
I feel like the summary of the show, Jesse lives with his aunt, who is Aunt Becky, I believe.
I can give you the full
Zach is just his
summary right
friend.
now.
Please do, because I have no idea what happened.
Fashion designer Ava Gregory has a pretty great life. A good job, a sweet California beach house, and a close-knit group of friends who have become like family to her. All of it gets tossed in the air, however, when her sister and brother-in-law die in a car accident and she takes in their 3 children. Oh no! 16-year-old Brayden, which I believe is Jesse McCartney.
Yes.
Brooding 12-year-old Nikki, who's one of those friggin' whatever their names were, Panabaker kids.
Uh-huh.
And 8-year-old Derek, who that kid probably does nothing now. As the kids try to adjust to a new life without their parents, Ava has to come to terms with the responsibility she now bears.
Okay.
Their parents died!
Let's talk about how I didn't remember that he had siblings, number one. Number two, I
knew that it was him and the Panabaker. I forgot that there was a third kid.
No, didn't remember. I thought that he was like a troublesome kid and like went to it was like, you know how the Fresh Prince, he's like got in trouble in Philly and then goes to Bel Air. That's what I thought it was.
Nope, parents died.
All right. Didn't even know that Aunt Becky was a fashion designer. I thought she
I vaguely remembered her being the fashion designer.
I thought she owned like a cafe. Clearly I was
That's
wrong.
One Tree Hill.
No, I know that's One Tree Hill, but I thought she owned like some kind of restaurant or something. I don't know. I clearly didn't remember, but all I know is I wish that show was somewhere streamed so I could watch it.
I mean, I'm checking for you right now.
If it is, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next few
I don't know if it's anywhere, but like I'm sure somebody put it on like YouTube.
Probably. I'm pretty sure that they're trying to forget the existence of the show.
They should bring it back and put it on shit.
They should, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to forget it, which I would understand because clearly...
You might be able to rewatch it and then be like, oh shit, wait, this was actually a good show that should have stayed. They should have given it more of a chance.
If that's a good show, then...
People get more of a chance now than they did then because you can throw shit on streams and then you see it come back. Like,
exactly.
What is it? The new Roswell was on CW for like the first season. And then I was like, oh shit, they're not like, I haven't seen anything for the second season yet on CW. And then all of a sudden the second season's on Netflix. So Netflix took over its rights to it, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many, like that happens to all these shows now.
Well, maybe Jesse will realize that his career is not doing too well right now. And
nobody needs Botox Jesse McCartney on television.
Could you imagine?
I would hate it. I would not watch it strictly because I can't watch his makeup Botox face. I can't do it.
Yeah, he looks bad.
He looks and like he overly darkened his eyebrows too.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
So bad. Okay, let's not trash Jesse
too
much.
All right, let's move on to another show.
Let's go back to One Tree Hill because One Tree Hill, I did not watch a single second of it when it was out. I didn't watch it till I was in college, I want to say, and I didn't start watching it till 2013.
Okay.
And then I binged it at college.
which I think is so much easier because you could just go through it so quickly. Having to wait weekly for new episodes was really not fun for my young child who was impatient, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I used to watch it with my sister all the time. That was another show that there were certain things that I knew I couldn't watch around my parents, so when they weren't around, I would sneak it.
Mm-hmm.
One Tree Hill is good, but rewatching it now, I realize
It's so cheesy.
I realize
It's a
that there are a
complete
lot of
soap
things.
opera.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I'm like, wow, this could have been done so much better than the way it is.
Like,
Also,
spoiler, that dog did not need to steal Dan's
No.
heart.
that situation,
The funniest
no
shit
words.
ever.
I have literally no words for that specific plot line. I don't even know why was it needed. Why? What's the point?
It literally was so Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless. I like died laughing. I think I texted my friend who was like an avid One Tree Hill fan, and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Is this show serious? What happened?
Yeah, it just, there are things in there that I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then I look at the age of every character and I'm like, none of this would happen to you at this age.
No.
None of it.
No.
Like, you have Peyton who had her art in a magazine at like 17 years old.
It would be, if it was that, it'd be like your art was popular on Tumblr.
Exactly. Like, it would not be her friend or whatever Lucas was to her submitting it for you. Like, they would not give you the time of day at that age. It's just, it wouldn't happen. But I look back at their different like jobs and like, you know, who was going to be a basketball star.
My mom died. She's like, that boy is in no way a basketball star.
Yeah.
She gets so annoyed. So I decided while we were just discussing that to look up the top 10 craziest storylines of all time on One Tree Hill.
Oh God.
Coming in at number 10 is Peyton's fake brother.
Oh my gosh. That storyline, when I watched it, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And now when I was
like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah. And now I look back and I'm like, I was dumb. This is
rewatch
stupid.
it and you're like, Peyton, you're the dumbest character.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would just like to preface before we continue with this list, Peyton is my least favorite character.
Least favorite.
Can't stand her. Always thought she was stupid from the get-go. When Nathan would treat her like shit and she'd be like, but it's Nathan. Like, really? Get out of here.
When Nathan or Lucas would treat anybody like shit and they just let him go, like, no. Right, who's your top favorite character? Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke
She's
is
the best. Completely.
I feel like Brooke was the most real character. Like, her in high school and then like after when the show kept going on, I just feel like that was the most realistic character throughout the entire thing. The rest
and I
just feel
like Sophia Bush is just incredible.
I love her. I love her so much. I don't know, the rest of them are like, wow. But I will say that Brooke and Lucas should have been together, and I understand the circumstance for them not being together in the show, but they should have fought on and been together. Like, you're actors, act like your relationship wasn't falling apart.
Just might not have been there anymore.
Yeah, I know, but it hurts me.
Yeah, coming in at number 9, Nanny Carey.
Oh, Nanny Carey was such a
I honestly always forget about her until the moment she comes in, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure she's Paul Wesley's ex-wife from
Vampire
Diaries.
Not sure.
They either got married or they were engaged.
She's on Chicago Med right now.
Yeah.
And I can't watch the show sometimes because I just look at her and I think of Nanny Carey and I'm like, oh, I hate you.
I'm double checking right now, but I'm pretty sure her and Paul were married.
Oh. Yeah, that storyline, I don't know, man.
Yeah, married from 2011 to 2013.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Sure. Because then she was on she had a character on Vampire Diaries too.
Okay. I don't know. That storyline was just another one that I'm like, why?
Number 8.
Oh, no.
Nathan gets involved with a loan shark. I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that either until you just brought it up.
It's in the 4th season.
I can't even tell you anything about it, but I remember it happening.
Oh my God. I'm reading it right
Wow.
now. Okay.
Dude, this show.
Oh, wait. Your favorite.
My favorite? Oh no.
Ew, that laugh was disgusting. Number 7, when Pete Wentz shows up.
Dude.
The stupidest thing ever. Like, also illegal because they were technically supposed to be high schoolers.
Yes. The Pete Wentz, first of all, young me was like, yes, Pete Wentz is in the show.
Hell yeah.
This
I was
awesome.
like, oh, drooling. I love him.
Now I'm like,
Disgusting.
why? What was the need for him to be in this show?
No, because you were playing yourself.
Literally.
I don't remember what his age was at the time, but regardless, these girls were supposed to be between like 16 and 18, and I don't care if they're 18. It's still gross.
Yeah. It's just anything that has to do with a Peyton storyline, I'm like, I don't get. And this specific moment, I was just like, I don't understand. I don't understand the Pete Wentz thing.
If you're still a teenager, I don't care if you're technically an adult, don't date a man that is in his 20s.
Yeah.
This is fucking disgusting.
Dude, that's my favorite, though. My favorite, like, obscure plot from that show is that plot.
Yeah. Okay, coming in number 6, Rachel's entire post-high school life.
Dude, I hated Rachel. It was like Peyton and Rachel.
I hated her, but I loved her.
No, I always hated her.
I was like, oh yeah, Rachel's here. Shit's about to go down.
I mean, she definitely brought a fun element of drama to the show, but she pissed me off. Do you remember the limo accident?
No.
There was a limo accident. I can't even tell you what happened in
was
it.
Like,
there
was it like after prom? Why were they in the limo?
Maybe after prom. I literally have the scenes from the show just fly out of my head because the show wasn't real to me half the time. But there was a limo scene with Rachel, and from that moment on, it was just like she was never going to come back for me. And I don't remember what happened in it. So it was after Haley and Nathan's wedding.
They had a limo for that thing? Wasn't it just like them in a field or something?
I don't know. There's a car accident. It's a limo accident, and Cooper and Rachel are in it.
Okay.
I believe Cooper saves Rachel from the river. Which one was
Cooper?
I can't tell you who. I have no idea. No clue. But he saves Rachel. And all I remember is literally, because I'm an awful human, I was sitting there and I was like, just let her die in the show. Like, I don't want her in this anymore.
I do not remember this man.
I'm going to look him up.
I looked him up. It's Deb's younger brother. I completely forgot that they brought in, like, Nathan's uncle.
Yes.
Ew.
Also, Deb sucked, too.
Deb hated.
She was great in, like, the first season, and then after that, I'm like, I hate you.
Got weird, and then she started, like, dating Skills. Like,
it was weird.
Why are all these adults dating children?
It was weird. But yeah, all I remember is that limo scene. Hated Rachel. She did nothing. She was just in the accident. But when he saved her, I was like, don't do that. Why?
Yeah. Okay, number 5. Next? It's okay. I get it's a craziest one, and I'm gonna say a craziest one. Everyone hates it happened, but it was a damn good storyline. Keith's murder.
Oh yeah.
Horrible. Hated it. Cried my eyes out. Yeah. But that's a really damn good storyline.
It's a great.
I get that was just like a crazy moment.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on because we're talking. When Clay had a stalker that looked like his ex-wife, or not like his widow, or whatever.
I wish everyone listening could see my face right now because we
just talked about that this weekend.
Yeah, we did. I hated this concept, like this plot. I don't.
I liked the idea of him seeing his ex-wife and like when he got closer to what's her name. I literally forgot Haley. No, not Haley. Haley's sister, whatever her name is.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but I know what you're talking about.
I liked the idea of him seeing her when he was getting closer and closer to this chick. Yeah. But then when it came out that he was seeing this bitch, no, because at first he was just seeing his wife. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, this chick found him and started stalking his life and then shot what's her name and Quinn, that's her name.
Quinn, yes. So here's the thing. Most of their plots like this that are crazy, they start out like somewhat decent. You're like, okay, this could be a good plot. And then there's just some ridiculous twist that happens. And I'm like, was there really a need to twist it that insanely to make a good show? Like, you didn't make it better. You made it worse for me. But yeah, you know what? I still watched it. So kudos to you for doing that, writers.
Yeah.
What's next, though?
The Renee saga, which is the chick that claimed that she was pregnant with Nathan's child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was stupid, but also
Yeah.
like at that point in the series, it was a good storyline because everything else was stupid.
Yeah, that's also a good storyline because it's semi-realistic.
Especially since now Nathan's supposed to be like a big basketball star.
Exactly. Like, it's somewhat a realistic thing to happen. So I didn't mind that as much. I was pissed, of course, when I watched it, but I didn't mind it as much as the other ones.
Also, it made you realize how shit of an agent Clay was.
Yes.
Like, Clay is the worst agent ever.
I wasn't really a big Clay fan for
I just
a while.
thought Clay was handsome. Oh my god, what? I just looked at what number 2 is.
Oh no.
And it's actually like, I liked that storyline because like I understood his trauma and why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
When Clay forgot he had a son.
I forgot about that.
Oh my, I did too, until I just saw this little boy's face because they put his photo underneath it.
Aww.
And I remembered how much I loved that little boy. He was so cute. It's in the final season.
I think I blocked that out because like I said, I wasn't a big Clay fan, so I kind of didn't really pay attention to much of his life, but I do remember that, and that was a good storyline.
I think
it was crazy, but
when you find out that Clay had a wife that died, and then like that, I started to really like Clay because I thought he did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
And then he lost me for a bit. and then the son, and then he started like sleepwalking or whatever, and ended up in like a rehab where he found out that he had a son that he completely, because of the trauma from losing his wife, somehow erased from his brain.
Yeah.
Like, he pushed that aside. It's just so cute.
It is. That was a good, I don't think that was crazy, but I think
in general it was crazy, but it wasn't like, when I typed in crazy, I wanted like the stupid shit.
That's what that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the stupid storyline. It was a crazy, like, you were like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened, but it wasn't anything that was like super over the top like the rest.
Ready for number 1?
I'm not sure if I'm ready, but let's go.
Nathan got kidnapped. So stupid.
I
thought it was, I said, what are they trying to do, B24? That's what I thought of when I watched this episode, when that whole storyline happened.
I feel like the craziest shit happens to Nathan.
And I think it's because without this crazy shit, Nathan's pointless.
Literally. I think that's really what it is. I really think that the craziest shit happens to him. Also, I do want to say one thing. When I was younger, I used to love, like, the Nathan character development. I'm a big fan of that. But now when I look back at it, I'm like,
it's because he's boring.
Yeah, I'm like, did someone really change you that much? Like, you were a complete asshole. Like, you were awful. And now you meet this girl, she tutors you, you fall in love with her, and like suddenly you change so quickly.
No, but you met this girl and your plan was to emotionally ruin her, to ruin your half brother.
Exactly. Also, on Haley's end for that deal,
Haley was a bitch.
I would not have tried to tutor him to help him, to be like, hey, if I tutor you, will you be nice to Lucas? I'd tutor you and make you fail. I would give you all the wrong information.
100%.
Like, I would not want you to be nice to him. I would get back at you.
100%.
I never understood
because
that.
Especially since they made it seem like Haley was in love with Lucas.
Right. Exactly.
She would have 100% convinced him all the wrong shit to make him fail.
Exactly. And to be honest, when they met that first time tutoring and she agreed to it, I really thought that that's what she was going to do.
I did too.
I thought she was going to be like, give him everything the wrong answer, all this stuff. And then they fell in love. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
To Laguna Beach. Because as I said in the beginning of this episode, I just watched season 1 and season 2, and now I just started The Hills.
Okay.
Man, did I miss Laguna Beach. I don't know what it is about Laguna Beach. I just feel so nostalgic watching it because I'm like, I remember watching it every week.
Mhm.
I remember trying to convince my mom that we should move to Laguna. I brought up all the dental offices that were in Laguna. I mapped out where the closest Carmex was for my father. And then I pulled up houses and I pulled up the high school. And I was like,
Let's go.
I'm about to be in high school. We should go. We should move because it came out 2004 or 2005. It was filmed in 2004, but I think it came out in 2005 or whatever. But so like I graduated 8th grade in 2005. So I was like, guys,
Let's go.
Like my best friend and I literally sat there at the computer that I'm staring at right now. Maybe not the Apple, but it was like a PC. We sat there and tried to convince my mom that we should move to Laguna. And she said, what am I going to do for work? And Kelsey and I said, funny you should ask. Here are all the dental offices.
Dude, I love that. I feel like that time everyone wanted to be a part of Laguna. Even if you weren't there, you pretended like you were in Laguna.
I was such like a surfer skater type of girl at that time. Not that I surfed because I'm terrified of the water.
Right.
Like I don't trust the ocean.
Same. I get that.
You can't see it and it can so quickly drop off. I don't understand why people like being in open ocean. Anyways, moving on. Plus East Coast water up where we are is so much murkier.
Yeah.
Where it's like maybe like I'll go out in the water further if it's like clear. So when I've been in Miami and in the Keys and like Hawaii, I've gone out there. But if I can't see anything, no. Anyways, moving away from that. That's my water rant. But okay. I was so into that whole lifestyle that it was, I think during that is when I like first highlighted my hair, which like wasn't really allowed. So I could only do it during summer. And then once school came, I had to dye it back.
Yeah.
Because like Catholic school is really strict. At least my elementary, middle school was strict.
Yeah, mine was too.
Obviously, you're so young, you shouldn't be doing any of it.
Yeah.
But even like high school, we still couldn't do anything too crazy. It had to be like naturally dyed. But yeah, so I think I had my first highlights in like the summer after 8th grade, I think, was when I was going into high school, is when I first put like blonde highlights in. Yeah. And I was just like, my tan was pretty good, I think, only because I was wearing white shorts a lot. I just felt I was like such like a little surfer kid that my mom was always laughing because I would never remember shoes. She'd be like, you don't live in California, put your shoes on. My mom literally drove 20 minutes and then we got to where we were going and I looked at her and I was like, I can't get out of the car. She's like, get out of the car. I'm like, oh, Mom, I forgot my shoes.
Oh my God.
She's like, how the hell did we get this whole way? And neither one of us realized you didn't have shoes. Because I literally take my shoes off the second I get in a car anyway. So it didn't matter. And my neighborhood, we just run around without our shoes anyway growing up. I mean, our soles of our feet were burnt to hell and like, oh bad. It was just normal. And I literally, she was like, you need to wear shoes. Like, fix it. Fix your life. Fix yourself. But I was so, and I would like it like took over my lifestyle. I was like such like a California girl at that point. Yeah. And like I just wanted to live in Laguna and I wanted Stephen Coletti to love me. So bad.
See,
and Talon. I loved Talon, but Talon was a little shit.
Yeah. I couldn't live the lifestyle of wanting to be in Laguna. Like, you just can't do that in South Philly. So I had the mentality in my head, like I would come home from the beach super tan and like pretend like I was in Laguna instead of down in Wildwood.
I was, like, LC's big house.
Yeah. But the thing with Laguna Beach for me, I didn't watch the series straight through. I was more of a sporadic. I know, I was a sporadic watcher. So I would like watch maybe 5 episodes and then I would stop and then I would go back and watch like the next 5 and like it wasn't in order. So I would fill in the gaps myself.
Oh my God, I can't.
I don't know why. I don't even know why I did that, to be honest with you. But I really don't know why I did that. But I can say that I was an LC girl.
Mm.
I loved her, love her still to this day, want to be friends with her, always wanted to be friends with her. But yeah, I just never like fully watched it straight through during that time. Like I had to sporadically watch it. But my sister, I believe, watched it like faithfully, and my
Probably.
sister-in-law. Yeah. But
I was team LC, but I was also sometimes like on Kristen's side
yeah.
but also all of it, like that show literally glorified like cheating in high school. Like no wonder like that there's so much like cheating in like our generation,
Yeah.
because we all grew up with like watching Kristen and Lauren fight over Steven, which in reality, sorry, Steven was only dating Kristen and the producers were kind of pushing Lauren to hook up. I mean, you literally never see them actually hook up except for the one time that they like, one or two times that they alluded to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm sure they did hook up, but
Probably.
I mean, they're all too beautiful.
I would be very surprised if they didn't hook up.
Yeah. And then, but like Kristen getting mad at Steven with the whole Lauren thing, when literally you had Sam on the side, you had Talon on the side, like, girl.
Yeah, I never understood that argument always. But you're right, it did glorify cheating for us in that. But I thought it was nothing when I watched it. I was like, oh my God, she's got so many guys
I was
that
like,
she wants to be with.
I was like, kill it, girl.
Yeah,
Like, I
like,
wish I had so many guys love me.
I was like 11, like sitting there, like, I want 7 guys being in love with me. Like,
And when you're like also everyone's hookup is different.
yeah.
Where it's like some people are like, oh, I hooked up with them, and it's just like they kiss them. But then there's other hookups that are like, full on, you had sex with this person.
Right.
So I was always sitting there like, which hookup is it?
Yes.
Like, what is, I wish they would be like, my hookup is this. I was hooking up with this. So then I knew, oh, she was just making out with them, or no, homegirl got it in.
Yeah.
All of them.
To be honest, to this day, when people say hookup, I'm still like, you need to specify. Because here's the thing. In Philly, we used to say get with, too.
That sounds
so
stupid.
Like, get with meant that they made out with them, and hook up meant that it was sex. So that's how I was always able to figure out what it was. So when I would watch the show, I would be like, okay, but what does it mean for you? And every other show in that era, I was like, what? Specify. But to this day,
it's just, that was a whole, like, everyone's like, oh, everyone's hooking up.
Yeah.
They are, but everybody's got a different meaning of hookup.
Exactly. So please specify which meaning you mean so I can be more invested or less invested.
Always specify what your hookup means.
Yeah. That's the thing. When I watched the show and they would say it, I would be like, okay, but
what is it?
But like, what did you do? Like, what?
But like, Kristen, who did you hook up with in what way?
Yeah, exactly. So
I always wanted to know, like, because Laguna is a super small town.
Mm-hmm.
And because they all grew up together, because they did, like, I had season 1 and season 2 on DVD. And in season 2, because I think it was expected that it was potentially going to be the last one. Also, it was the last season with those whole 2 groups that were like, they were Laguna.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like, all right, these kids are finally like, they're 18, 19 now. So they're officially moving on. So they had like photo albums in the DVD specials.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh shit, they actually were all friends growing up, because there's pictures of them that aren't photoshopped. I was like inspecting them to see if they were like just really well photoshopped of them all just growing up together. So I was like, oh, that's fun. They actually did grow up together. Oh. How incestuous they all were, I don't know.
But for some reason, that was like normal for me.
That is, so, it's like, normal for me too, because I grew up in like my school was such like a smaller school that like each of our classes were only 25 people in each, and we had like, I'll go with 8th grade, it was like 8A and 8B, and all of the grades going down was still like A and B, and there was only like 25 people in each of those 2 homerooms. Yeah. And we all known each other since we were in kindergarten. So when anybody started to date each other, to me, I was like, that's like your brother. Right. Unless he was like new within like the last year or 2. Like there were some guys that showed up in like 6th and 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, I can't remember. And at that point, I'm like, all right, that guy's fair game. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I really had no interest in any of them anyway. Yeah. Sorry if any of them listen to this. I just couldn't. I was like,
Yeah.
we've known each other since we were in kindergarten. That's like a majority of our life. So they're like brothers. So no, thank
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, it was the same here. Like I went to school with them from pre-K to senior year of high school. So it was just weird for me, but I know a lot of girls who would like date in the circle.
Oh, I
And
can't.
I never understood it. Like, this girl was dating this guy, and then, like, next year, this girl is dating that guy that the other girl was dating. Like, they just passed around guys, and, like, no shame if any of them listen to this. Like, y'all did your thing. Congrats. You killed it. But, like, I was always confused because I would sit there and be like, okay, but you're dating this guy, and I know he was dating her last month. Like, how – isn't that weird? Like, aren't y'all, like, close? Isn't that, like, a weird thing to do?
I'm trying to see if there's any like Laguna storylines posted. Okay, let's move on to the hills then.
Okay.
Because Laguna, listen, all I gotta say about Laguna is I love it with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I love rewatching every few years. And then I just get locked. And then I miss LA whenever I watch Laguna and then go straight into the hills. I immediately am like, I remember watching these and being like, I miss LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's do 11 The Hills storylines you totally forgot about.
Okay.
Especially since I just started rewatching it. Okay. Let's load. Jason and Elsie. First off, how could you forget?
Yeah,
you can't forget that because it started in Laguna.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jason Waller, which I believe is, because they called him J Wall. I remember when I finally figured out what their last names were because they wouldn't say them on the show sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like, Jason can come. Oh, Jason can come? When they, because they were underage. So they, when they were underage, they wouldn't say their names.
Yeah.
But they would have it in their nicknames. Like, I think Steven called Kristen KK Cav or KK Cavallari once, and they didn't bleep out Cavallari because it flowed into the nickname or something.
Right.
I don't know. I just remember those things where I was like, oh, that's their names? Because that's all I needed. I just wanted to know what their last names were.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Jason and Elsie were a thing. Came into a thing in Laguna season 2 after his shithole relationship with Jessica and then Alex M.
Mm-hmm.
And then the capo blew up between Alex and Jessica, which Jessica had a hickey on her neck.
Yep.
Which it's funny because I remember when that episode came out with the hickey on Jessica's neck, one of my best friends / cousin, Holly, she was like, Leanne, it's fake. I was like, no, it's not. It's real. And she's like, no, it like they messed up on Jessica's hickey. Mm-hmm. They put it on the other side in one shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it was just they reversed the camera. Like, I remember that hickey was the first time people were like, oh no, it is fake.
Yeah.
Which Laguna, the hills, 100% fake. Laguna was more of a manipulation.
Yes.
Because these were these real underage kids. Like, I'm sure there was stuff that happened that wasn't on camera, and they would tell the producers like, oh, this happened when you guys weren't here, and they'd be like, oh, well, we need you to redo that. We need you to recreate that. It was like that happened. So like, I'm sure that hookup happened, and then that hickey existed, and then it faded too soon for them, where they were like, we got to redo it, and then someone messed up.
Which is usually what happens.
Yeah.
Someone messes up. Yeah.
So the Jason and Elsie storyline in the hills, that pissed me off because Lauren had that internship at Teen Vogue, this is the funny part is Lauren really didn't realize that she was being produced so much. Like, to Lauren, she really thought that she had to nail those interviews, and she thought that it was all like she really got an internship for Teen Vogue. Right. And it's like, girl, you were an intern and on the cover at the same time.
Yeah.
No, that was all set up. You were going to get it regardless of how you even acted in that interview.
Yeah.
But so what will forever piss me off is that Lauren gave up Paris for Jason. Forever made me mad. And then they broke up over the filming break.
Yeah, that specifically, I remember I didn't watch, like, I wasn't faithfully watching. Like I said, I would sporadically watch it. But I remember going to school and my friends telling me that happened. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, it didn't. I was like, no girl would give that up for a dude.
If they do, they're stupid, which
Yes.
there are girls that are dumb that would be like, sorry, girls, but there are girls that would be like, I can't go to Paris for the summer because I need to move in with my boyfriend. No, you need to go to Paris because that's once in a lifetime. This boyfriend, if he's not there when you come back from Paris, he was not worth missing Paris for anyway.
He was not.
So
very true though. But I even knew that when I was younger. When I was younger, I was like, why would you?
I was because The Hills I watch sporadically. Still now I'll like watch a few, fall asleep during it, and be like, whatever, I don't need to go back. Yeah. But like I still remember being like, this dumbass gave up a free trip to Paris. That's the thing. It's not even that it was a trip to Paris. It was a free. Yeah. You were going to do like your dream job, and you gave it up for this drug addict, which I'm sorry, Jason, I know he's clean now and everything. Jason was a drug addict controlling boy at the time. Yeah, I couldn't stand him. Boy.
Exactly.
Spoiled rich boy, drugged out, treated, because even like I remember the 10-year anniversary where they like went and like showed Lauren videos. They were showing the unedited of some stuff, so they sat there. I think even they went back to Laguna and sat with like her parents watching the curb scene where they broke up, and it was while they were setting up the shots. So Lauren and Jason were talking, and she's like, I don't like seeing you like this, because he was clearly strong. Like she could tell that he was on something. And he just kept going like, stop, like don't do this right now. And like Lauren literally cared about, like she actually cared about Jason. Yeah. So she felt that if she wasn't looking out for him, no one was. Right. And so she really, like, it's sad, like, because Lauren is so naive in the beginning, especially even from Laguna into the Hills. Like she was so naive with just all of it, where like her stuff was very real to her. Whereas like Kristen comes into the Hills and is like, I know I'm the bitch. I know what my role is. Got in touch with the girls like, hey, are you ready to do this? Yeah. The girls forgot, like, not Heidi. What the hell was her name? Audrina. Audrina forgot that she had this full-on conversation with Kristen, that they were on the same side. They know what the producers are trying to do. And then they came at Kristen still. And that's where the iconic, you're coming at me like a bunch of piranhas. Yeah, yeah. And it was just like, Kristen knew her role, because if after you watch like Very Cavallari, you know that she's not like high school. Yeah, you're a bitch in high school. Yeah. But especially when you're like, she was one of the most popular girls in her class, I'd assume. But like she knew when the Hills came around, she had already been in LA for a while. She had already done, I think, some acting. I put in quotes because not a lot of Laguna kids passed in the acting talent. No. But not at all. Yeah. So she knew what she was doing. She made the Hills like last longer than it should have. The second they brought Chris, because people are starting to fall out of it. It got a little boring. It was all like Heidi and Spencer drama. It did. Like I didn't care about that much. And then when they were like, the bitch is back. Yes. I was like, I'm tuning back into the Hills. Exactly. Because that's when you realize how much like everyone loved Kristen's character. You're like, oh, Kristen's coming to the Hills? Yeah. She added something to it. She added something to the show, and I could not deal with Heidi and Spencer constantly. I was just so over it. And it was just always, so played out. It was Heidi Spencer or like Justin Bobby. Yes. Justin freaking Bobby. Yes. Like, like Audrina. No, sweetie. My favorite line of all time is, homeboy wore combat boots to the beach. You don't want that in your life. And I live by that quote. It's the truth. It's the damn truth. Yeah. I don't know. That the storylines just started to get a little repetitive for me to sit there. So when Kristen came back, I was like, let's go. I'm here for it too. So and like Heidi and Spencer, you know, I literally despised them on the show completely, but these two are still together. They finally have a kid. Like they knew their role on that show. Yeah. And like they knew what they were doing. Yes, Spencer went a little crazy. Just which is funny because the craziest Spencer was like flesh colored beard, Crystal Spencer.
Mhm.
And now we like started like learning crystals, and I'm like, I guess we're all Spencers.
We get it now.
But like Spencer was the way they portrayed him. So I'm like fully talking like show Spencer, not whatever he was outside of it, because I don't know the guy. The way that they made it seem like how manipulative and stuff he was to her, to Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Like they eloped in Mexico. He somehow manipulated himself back in even after the Stacy homewrecker stuff.
Yes.
It wasn't a good way to show. How am I going to word this?
It wasn't a good way to portray him.
It wasn't a good way to portray him, and it wasn't a good way to show the age bracket that this was directed at was like high school and college kids. Yeah. It wasn't good to show so many bad manipulative like relationships, especially since like you got like Brody Jenner that pops up, which Kim Kardashian was, I think, in an episode, but they cut her scene out. Yeah. Which is hilarious. That it's so funny. If you ever see that scene, it's so funny. But like they're just not showing good relationships and how like these girls are just constantly manipulated back into that relationship. It's not good to rewatch, because you rewatch it and you're like yelling at the screen like, why are you with him?
Yeah, but to go along with the theme of 2000 shows, I think that is what they tried to do in every show. Yeah, like a reality or a drama, there was always some kind of relationship that was manipulative or something, and the girl would always get back into it, and it would always just be a circle of events. And that's why I think they captured so many like fans, because fans were like, well, now I gotta see if they're actually gonna stay together or not for whatever show it was. So I think that was a huge theme in 2000's TV show, which is not good, but I mean, hey, we loved it, we still watch it, we
literally I'm still like you know what I forgot I just saw on this little thing? I forgot that Audrina dated Ryan Cabrera.
Yes, Ryan Cabrera.
Didn't they just get back together too? They got back together for like a hot minute, I think.
I don't know, did they?
I think they might have reconciled, but then they broke up again, or she dated another musician. But like Audrina was like hot girl central. Yeah, she had the light eyes, dark hair. Yeah, she was like the rebel, grungy girl out of the group, when everyone else was like blonde and cute. Yes, and then she was like, "What's up? I'm Audrina."
I loved Ryan Cabrera. That is where my love for him came, and I literally only know one damn song by the guy. But yeah, I remember he was in it.
There was that, and then when I was watching, I literally just watched it last night. That's why it's in my head. Mm-hmm. I think when it was close to the reunion of the Hills, or when Very Cavallari was starting up, they replayed like scenes and stuff for Kristen to get a reaction on the drama. Okay. And then when they brought the Hills stuff up, there was the fight between Jade and Kristen at a club, and Brody was involved. Whatever, Brody was always involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's he not
But
involved?
Kristen was laughing. She was like, I don't know what you guys want me to say, because this fight was fake. Like Braid and Brody were dating. Like they were still together. Yeah. And she was like, guys, Brody and I never dated on the show. We dated when I was 18. He was my first LA boyfriend. And then that was it. Yeah. She was like, we never actually did on the show. And then she goes, oh yeah, by the way, just want to say for record, never dated Justin Bobby either. And I was like, oh yeah. And then she remembers doing press with Audrina, and she was like, Audrina, I never dated Justin. And she was like, you didn't? Like Audrina thought that she was dating Justin. That's why Audrina was like actually pissed off. Yeah.
Dude.
Not Audrina right now.
The Hills was definitely, I mean, I wouldn't, if I had to pick between the two, Laguna and the Hills, Laguna would be the number one that I would go back for. The Hills is really just like,
I don't know about other
filler time.
So I watched a Hills-esque inspired show that's from England for a while, like religiously, called Made in Chelsea. Okay. Obsessed with it, and then it was taken off of whatever stream, and then I couldn't find any good bootlegs anymore. But I was obsessed with Made in Chelsea. Like if I ever can get the DVDs for it, but it's the whole region thing where I need to find region 2 and it's region 1, or I need to find, or the reverse of it. It's very frustrating when you want to watch stuff that's from the UK and get the DVDs because they have different DVD players. Anyway, fun fact. But so it's called Made in Chelsea, and I forget what season she shows up in, but I got so mad because I was like, well, you just ruined the illusion of it. Now I know how, even though I already knew how fake it already was.
Yeah.
Now it's ruined because you brought Stephanie.
Oh.
So Stephanie shows up on Made in Chelsea and starts dating Spencer.
Okay.
Who was a love to hate character.
Okay.
Where it's like, I think it's the same thing where like these kids like grew up together, like the rich kids in the town Chelsea, which is like a richer area in London. But so they did all grow up together, and it was like very Hills-esque, very like the camera is set up, it's not really handheld at all, so it's like they set up the shots and everything, and you know that they kind of like plan this sort of drama and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, like it was a little bit more believable Laguna Beach-esque had they not brought Stephanie Pratt in.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'm like, well, it's ruined because now I know Stephanie's just jumping to shows that she could. Yeah. Because then she comes back for the new Hills. And it was just so annoying. And also Stephanie Made in Chelsea, which I get it, when you're in a place for so long, you develop a form of their accent.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephanie's fake British was so annoying. And when she would come back to the Hills, I haven't watched it yet, but I feel like I saw a clip where she had like a little bit of like an extra little British thing to it. And I was like, stop it, Stephanie. The British in your voice is so bad. And it used to piss me off so much in Made in Chelsea that I stopped watching. What else? So what's another one of your favorite early 2000 shows?
Staying on the theme of reality shows, I became a very big Life with Ryan. Or Life on Ryan.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, Ryan Sheckler was a huge
he was like my number one heartthrob.
Yes.
I don't know if I can express how in love. I think I even found his personal MySpace.
Same.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I wish I could add him.
Dude, same. I started watching the show. I watched it religiously. I watched it every week when it came on. Didn't miss it. I was in love with him. I was in love with his one friend. I don't remember his name.
It was Life of Ryan. Don't worry. I will look up the friends.
Yes. I think... Oh my god, what was his name? Please, find out his name.
Which one was it? The one that had the girlfriend, or like the one that looked like he should have been on the Jersey Shore?
The Jersey Shore one, obviously.
Oh, see, I liked the one with the girlfriend.
No, I wasn't the one with the girlfriend named Taylor, or was that the girlfriend's name?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Oh my god, there's a Where Are You Now?
Oh, I love it. I watched this show religiously. Was obsessed with it.
Give me the damn cast. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, I'm excited. I really wish I remembered this kid's name.
Oh shit, there's no photos. Hold on. Is it Taylor Bogart? Hold on. Casey Fletcher or Felcher, I think Taylor was the girl.
Yeah.
Casey Fetchler? Hold on, let me confirm it.
That's the friend with the girlfriend.
That's the friend with the girlfriend with the curls and so. Oh my god, yeah, so cute, so my type. I can't. I'm even like going back to like 2000 whatever the hell. And crushing right now on this guy.
Oh my god.
Kristen,
I love it.
I text you his photo right now.
I know what he looks like.
No, I know, but like it's a whole different feeling when you look at him again.
Okay. But see, I wasn't really into him. I was into the friend.
Oh my god, he's so cute, Kristen. Kristen, he's so cute.
Dude, where's he at now? Is he single?
I can't look. Hold on. I'm waiting for you to get his photo. Kristen, he's cute.
He's cute. Why did I not like him? Maybe I didn't like him because he had a girlfriend.
But you want to know what the other guy's name is?
Probably something stupid.
It was a Tony! Oh my god,
I liked him.
Hold on, I found his Instagram.
Oh no. But I went through a big skateboard phase. Never skateboarded, never went to any events. I just really got into it.
I loved it. It was so fun.
I loved them. And then that brought me to Fantasy Factory.
Oh yeah. Did you ever love my favorite movie in the early 2000s that I would watch constantly, other than Peter Pan because of my obsession, I will say obsession with that one, because I was obsessed with Jeremy Sumpter, was Grind. I would watch Peter Pan and Grind on like repeat. Grind was my shit. I remember Ryan Sheckler was in it and I was his age, but I didn't know who he was at the time because he was like, 12 or something? Yeah. I remember going, he's cute, and then quickly started staring at Adam Brody and the other guy that was the lead. Yeah. Speaking of Adam Brody, the OC, wasn't into it at all. Watched like 1 or 2 episodes when it was actually on until, again, college and Hulu, I started binging it. Honestly, I still think I keep falling off of the rail of watching it in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to actually get past season 2 because I know Cam Jagande shows up. And I know he's a horrible guy in it, but I love when Cam Jagande plays bad guys.
Yeah.
He's so good at it. And I know I need to get through it. And I can't wait to see what other people are in that show. So I don't want to know anything about
No,
OC.
I won't tell you anything, but I did stop watching after the second season too. I couldn't do it. My mom and my sister.
So maybe we should both pick up and
probably
rewatch.
Probably. My mom and sister watched it faithfully, and then I stopped because I couldn't do it.
Let's do that.
I'm down.
The moral of this episode is we just wanted to rant about early 2000s because we've been in such a kick. We've agreed we're going to restart the OC, and maybe we'll touch in like once a month about where we are in the OC.
Yeah.
Or if we're like, yo, well, I'm at this part 2, like I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like yeah, hopefully we both make it past season 2 of OC.
Hopefully.
I honestly don't even know how many seasons there are. I want to say 8.
I have no idea.
But let's check. Let me check real quick.
I want to say it's less than that.
Watch it be like 4.
I think it's like 5.
I never make it past like 2. It's 4. Okay, it's 4. So literally both of us only ever make it halfway through this damn show. So, cool.
The 2000s, man.
The early 2000s are a great time. I hope the ADD-ness of this whole conversation episode is more enjoyable. And if it is, please let us know because we'll try to film it more like this. We try not to like script it out or really draft us out. We just kind of give us little tidbits. But sometimes I know even to like us, it kind of feels a little bit more structured than our normal conversations would be. Yeah. So this one kind of was more, we forgot the mics were here and we're just talking, which I hope is more fun and enjoyable and gives us more ratings because share us. Anyways, so if you want to check out our website, it's linked in our Instagram bio, which our Instagram is at Tipsy Talks Podcast. And yeah, the website's linked there. And what can I do with the website, Kristen?
Well, you can click that link and go to our submissions page and send us some questions, some comments. If you have shows you want to talk about, send it to us. We would love to talk to you about it. Send us some stories that you have. Anything that you feel you want to tell us, any crazy stuff, send it to us. Maybe you'll be featured on an episode of the podcast. You can also listen to every episode that we have up through the website as well. So don't forget to do that. And yeah, also go follow us on Twitter at Tipsy Talks Pod. We don't really go on much, but we try.
Follow us on TikTok, which is, I believe, at Tipsy Talks Podcast. Currently, literally just the promos go up, but once the world's better and we can hang out for longer times and put out good vibes, that I move up to Old City soon, because that's when content's really going to go crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, go follow us there. Our personal Instagrams are all linked onto our Instagram, as well as any stuff that you want to find is also on the website. Yeah, check out our Instagrams, the podcast Instagrams, our private Instagram, not private, they're still public, but our personals. My photography Instagram is at Leanne Canvas. Do check that out. I have new prints coming this week that I can't wait to post. As you can probably see, I have a lot of water-based photos. Just noticed that today. But I'll try to get some more. But I hope everyone enjoys them and would like to purchase. Anyways, that's my little promo on that. Are we forgetting something?
We also have a Facebook. Go like us on Facebook at Tipsy Talks Podcast, just like everything else. Go like us. You can see all the content that's everywhere else on there. It's nothing crazy, but yeah. I think that's it. I think we have covered everything.
I think that is it, and it is time for ba-da-ba-ba-ba dad jokes with Leanne. All right, guys, today's dad joke is, did you hear about the cheese factory explosion in France?
No.
All that was left was debris. Da-da-da! Thanks for enjoying the dad joke.
All right, guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Go follow us on all our socials like we said.
I like you guys a lot. Cheers! Have a wonderful weekend.